Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. I'm Scott Trello. We're going to talk Cavs and Browns, and we'll talk a little bit about Tom Brady and the rumor that's going around with him and the AFC and NFC Championship games. But first, here is the today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. That's an NFL AFC Championship trivia question. Which Bengal was the 1988 NFL MVP? I'll have the answer later in the podcast. Turning now to the Cavs. Wednesday night, the Cavs stunned the Milwaukee Bucks 115-99 at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. The Cavs had 6 players in double figures Wednesday night. The Bucks had an early 12-point lead, but then the Cavs took over and never let up. Kevin Love led the way for the Cavs with 25 points, with 9 rebounds and 2 assists. C.D. Osman, 23 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Darius Garland, 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 8 assists. Jared Allen, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. Evan Mobley, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. And Dean Wade, 10 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. Rajon Rondo did play in Wednesday night's game. He scored 5 points off the bench. He had 2 rebounds and 5 assists. Lauri Markkanen is out with a sprained ankle injury, and the Cavs are looking for someone to replace him until he comes off of his injury. The Cavs will be off. The Cavs have been off the last few days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But they'll be back in action tomorrow night as they will take on the struggling Detroit Pistons at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Tip-off is at 6 p.m. on Bally Sports, Ohio. Turning now to the Browns, after a disappointing 2021 campaign, the Cleveland Browns are still only a few moves away from being true Super Bowl contenders, not pretenders, in 2022. Prior to the 2021 NFL season, everything seemed to be going in the right direction for the Cleveland Browns. They had the reigning coach of the year, Kevin Stefanski, at the helm, and a young quarterback in Baker Mayfield who was coming off a great 2020 season, not to mention a top running attack and a much improved defensive unit. In 2021, it seemed everything went wrong for the team, and that became the blame, was being placed on every single thing imaginable, from injuries to COVID-19, play calling, and to special teams. Browns fans were all over the place this past season. It's safe to say the team did not live up to their high expectations after a disappointing 8-9 record. The inconsistency needs to be corrected. Here are 3 moves that would make the Browns, immediate Super Bowl contenders in 2022. First is number 3, boost the defensive line through free agency. Among the top house priorities for the Browns needs to be to re-sign defensive end Jadeveon Clowney. Clowney is headed to free agency and had a great 2021 season lined up alongside Myles Garrett. He recorded 9 sacks, 11 tackles for a loss, and 2 forced fumbles. While Clowney will have money as all of his top priorities on the open market, he reassured the Browns fans that he could that he would, love to remain in Cleveland. And he would like to do that, and hopefully he will. Myles Garrett also confirmed, that he wants Clowney, and he's talked about staying in Cleveland. In addition to Jadeveon Clowney, the Browns need to bring in an interior defensive lineman. Two names that could potentially be on Cleveland's radar are Bears defensive tackle Akeem Hicks and 49ers defensive tackle DJ Jones. In 9 games last season with Chicago, Hicks tallied 3.5 sacks, 25 combined tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, and 9 quarterback hits. A former Pro Bowler, Hicks would be a great fit in the middle of the defensive line. On the other hand, DJ Jones is also a name that could potentially find his new home in Cleveland. In the 2022 regular season, in the 2021 regular season, Jones recorded 56 combined tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, and 2 sacks. Like Hicks, Jones would be a big presence in the middle of the defensive line and be a crucial piece to help stop the run. Now, we all thought that Odell Beckham Jr. would help resolve the issue of a true number one receiving threat, but he didn't work out here in Cleveland. Now, the Browns have a lot of ways they can go with the 13th pick overall in the draft, and I feel that they need to sign a wide receiver. Needs to be at the top of the list. And one of those receivers is Garrett Wilson, who put up 70 passes and 25 touchdowns, weighs 190 pounds. And he would be a really good fit for the Browns, and I think he's an NFL-ready guy. And Wilson's teammate, Chris Olave, who also weighs 190 pounds, and he put up 50 passes, 25 touchdowns, and he really put up some numbers with Ohio State. And an intriguing option for the Browns is Arkansas wideout Treylon Burks. He weighs 225 pounds. He is astonishing 6'3", and he would be a good target for Baker Mayfield, if that would be the case. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll talk about Tom Brady in just a sec. But first, it's time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question, which is an NFL trivia question. Which Bengal was the 1988 NFL MVP? And if you said Boomer Esiason, you are correct. Boomer was the quarterback of the 1988 Bengals team that lost to the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl, which was Super Bowl 23, I believe. Yes. He threw for 3,572 yards with 28 touchdowns against 14 interceptions in this season. I will have another trivia question on my next podcast, so stay tuned for that. Now, there's a rumor going around that Tom Brady has retired, but it's not at all true yet, sources say, as it's not been confirmed for sure that he has retired, although sources have been saying that. Tom Brady has not announced his retirement yet, and so these are just rumors that are going around. So I want to assure everybody that these rumors are not true, so we'll have to wait to find out if Tom Brady did actually retire. So I'll update you on that story. We have the AFC and NFC championship games are tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It will be the NFC championship game between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm going with the Rams on that one to win. And this could be one of those games where it could be a tight scoring game. And so we'll see what happens in that one. And then at 6:30, it will be the AFC championship game, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. And That could be a close game, could go to overtime, but it could be a blowout or not. We'll have to wait and see. But bear in mind, the Bengals did beat KC during the regular season, so it could go either way, but I'm going with the Chiefs. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back tomorrow with the Scott Sports 101 AFC and NFC Championship pregame shows. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.